I think personally, Matt, I think when the time is ready, which clearly we are not even close to, but when the time is ready, they just need to kill it. Not bring out a WoW 2, but just fucking kill it. Make it be a game of the past. Start fresh, do a new game, base it off of Warcraft if you want, but do a new game. Like, because it's just gonna constantly be them redoing, you know, what they're milking for the past, 20 years. Like, yeah. Like, they're lucky that they did good in the beginning, because they'd have to just kill it. Right now, they can keep milking it as an extra classic. See, that's what I think if they do anything, they'll just keep bringing out classics. But it's always gonna be classic and retail now, because WoW Classic is the better version of WoW. It's also, a lot of people don't want to play what they've already been playing, right? There's a lot of people that do, and that's why Classic does decent, but you compare those numbers to retail numbers, and retail just whoops them out of the water, right? I think WildStar could have done good too, but unfortunately they released around Wrath, and we all know what Wrath did for WoW, right? Wrath was literally the best-selling, expansion, more or less. Or at least had the highest population. And people actually played, so this wasn't like a high population of people just subbed and they don't play like it is nowadays, This was a high population of actual players. So I think they just picked the wrong time. Yeah, I think if WildStar had come out around Kata, I think they would have done better. Personally, I think they should, try again. I'm surprised they haven't. I think they did good with these announcements, though, because they made both communities happy. Because one of the debates really is that you got the classic players wanting Classic Plus, you got the retail players. You also have the classic players that want retail to have a refresh, and then you got the retail players that don't want a refresh because a refresh would mean they lose their collection that they built over the past 20 years. And I think they kind of did the best they possibly could, because, retail's still there. It's, got its new expansion with less system stuff, right? And, clearly Classic is getting, a version of Classic Plus, Honestly, if you're a Classic player that was hoping for Classic Plus, you should be happy. Yeah, you should be just completely excited right now. Because, unless you don't know what Classic Plus really is, that's what they announced without saying it. Yeah, that is 100% what Classic's getting. Yeah. Wish I was more into Classic. I like Classic systems over retail, but Classic is just harder to hold my attention, because Classic feels like you really have to go your way to get together with people. Yeah, my deal with Classic, I love Classic, honestly. My favorite version of the game is vanilla, and my favorite expansion is BC. So, Classic is right up my alley. But I've been, as a person who collects mounts and transmog farms and all that, I've been playing Classic technically for a long time, I've been going back to old areas, and, to me, Classic is not just leveling slow. It's those areas. And those areas still exist in retail, right? Like, yeah, I know a lot of people, when they think of classic, they think of the speed of leveling and all that, but I think of it as everything, everything that's, locations and leveling and all that. And I just can't be bothered to do what I've already been doing nonstop for 20 years, right? That's why I was, kind of on the Classic Plus wagon as well, because for me to be more involved in Classic, I need new content. That's why I stay playing retail, because retail gets new content. So yeah.
Omen.
Like I said in the past, I'm not looking for a fucking miracle here, and I'm not looking to be completely wowed, No pun intended, like I know where we're sitting for WoW, and I know that there's no feeling like it felt when it was 2004. So all I really wanted was an expansion that I wanted to play, because Dragonflight I don't want to play. I haven't wanted to play since the beginning. And I've, I hate the systems that are in Dragonflight, and yeah, so I'm happy. I actually want to play the next WoW expansion. I want to play the new content in Classic. So yeah, complete win for Blizzard, as far as I'm concerned. Which, thank fucking God, because I was, a few days ago, I was like, what do I do if I dislike this next WoW expansion? Because I've been playing expansions I don't like for 6 years, So yeah, so I'm glad that we're hyped for it. Yeah. And you know what? It's a good time for it, because luckily, with me not liking Dragonflight, there were a ton of other games that came into the picture that I did like. Disney Dreamlight went into early access. It's now in December leaving early access as a full-blown game. I've pretty much played it, like the only thing left to do in that game is characters they bring in periodically, so like I'm good over there. And I pretty much have the current playthroughs more or less beat. They just gotta be uploaded to the channel. Like, yeah, it's a good time. Yeah. So for the next year, I'll just play whatever the fuck I want, and then we go ham in the new expansion. I kind of like Dragonflight, but it is more of the same old. Me, what did it is, because I can usually tolerate bad expansions. I tolerated BFA, I tolerated Shadowlands. There was still tons of content that I was uploading to the channel and doing, and yeah, I could tolerate bad expansions. But what did it with Dragonflight was that the two of its major features I disliked. Dragon riding and professions. And without liking that,
but it didn't take long to realize
that's the game, right? Like, yeah, there's raids and M+ and all that, but that's the same old, right, Hops? Like, so between that and the professions, yeah, it was easy to just play other games. Yeah. And I think I do a pretty good job, because, like, I say play other games, but you guys have been getting solid WoW content, So, I think I do a pretty good job of giving you guys the Dragonflight content, but also I'm playing games that I actually want to play. Yeah.